live. Welcome to another episode of 420 My Dudes with Liz Grow and Patrick Pope of Grow House.
Oh, are you sure that's Patrick Pope over there?
Oh, it's Patrick. It's Patrick Boy.
Are you?
It's Patty Boy.
Patty Boy. How's that face feeling?
It's feeling clean.
It's about 30 minutes in.
It's about a 30, yeah.
Or an hour maybe.
Yeah. You know, it's freeing. It's Jose Frio.
It's definitely, let me just say this. It's very hot.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, I think you're a very handsome man.
Well, thank you.
But it's funny. It's just trippy seeing that face that I associate with, like, you know, childhood.
Right. Right.
That smile and those cheeks and yeah, man.
Yeah, and that boyish charm.
Yeah. So you're going to have to sleep on the couch because it's going to be weird.
I regret this.
No, that's all right. I'm just going to have to do bad things to you.
Ooh, I like bad things done to me, baby.
Clean shaven Patrick Pope.
Welcome to Late Night Grow House.
Hey, man.
You get your face shaved and then sat on. You said that.
Whoa.
X-rated.
Wow.
Turn the channel, children.
You know what? Maybe we're just still inspired by the amazing week that we had in New York.
It was awesome.
Last week.
Talk about freeing.
Yeah, right. New York, can you get something going for yourself, please? Because really,
snooze.
Excuse me.
I like the wizard pipe.
I thought you would look at smoking it with a clean face. Yeah, man, New York was crazy. It was awesome. We were there for the Cannabis World Congress and Business Expo. So we went back for our second year. It was a great time. We got to see all of our old friends, Jeff Whaling and Bruce Linton and Chloe Villano.
We're gonna close out this podcast with actually some of our interviews from the Cannabis World Congress and Business Expo 2019.
Yes, we are. Yeah, actually, I guess I won't talk about that. We can put that on pause.
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Talk away.
The magic of editing. But yeah, God, I had the best time in New York.
So awesome.
And, you know, maybe we're still just sexually charged because of that podcast with sex expert and cannabis expert, new author, Sophie St. Thomas, our new favorite person.
SST in the building.
The Bowie cat.
Yes.
Follow her now.
She's
please.
Fantastic. She's just an amazing spirit, an amazing human, and so creative and so driven. It was nice to be around that energy.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like trying, going for it, and making it happen.
Yes.
You know, she's a go-getter.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, you know, like everybody we meet in this industry is like, just it freaking inspires us beyond.
Right.
But this girl, this woman, just basically called her shots, right? She just asked for a book deal with Simon & Schuster.
Right, and it happened.
Yeah, it happened because she's a writer and she's a great writer. She's written for, you know, GQ, Playboy.
A manifester. She's a manifester.
She is Forbes. But yeah, she just manifested that. And, you know, with a lot of hard work, she got it. She finished the book and we cannot wait until it's out.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're going to have to do another podcast, Sophie.
Yes, so thanks again. But yes, New York is just awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And what was your general opinion of the Cannabis World Congress and Business Expo?
I have a soft spot in my heart for it.
Yes.
You know, it was the first Cannabis Expo we'd ever been to, our first trip, you know, and so I love it. It was interesting. You know, the energy in New York is very different than anywhere else. I mean, it's New York, right? And it's still illegal in New York. So it's kind of, you know, it was strange. After Hall of Flowers, I really don't want to go to another conference with non-consumption unless it's, you know, CWCBE, right? And that's just like, it's business. It's business happening alongside, you know, these amazing nonprofits and advocacy groups. You know, recruiting and having investment conversations. And I mean, this is where it really does happen.
Yeah.
So it's cool to be a part of that and feel like we kind of, you know, we know people.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we
So,
certainly
it's
do.
good.
You know, like we're in the mix, you know, and so
Yeah.
that was very validating, just seeing old friends and
Yeah.
getting to interview some of them and interview new people in the game. You know, we've got 1 year of veteranness in us
That's
now.
right, baby. It's like 9 years.
Totally,
1 year in the
right?
cannabis industry. But yeah, our part of the industry is very strange. Very strange. We're making it. We're making it. It doesn't exist yet. So that's what we're doing. And it's a lot of fun. But yeah, had a great time in New York. And yeah, I want to chat a little bit about Illinois.
Yes.
Okay?
Big bill passed. Wow.
I don't know what that was. You know what that was? It was Notre Dame fighting Irish. This Irish girl.
Come on, yeah, Illinois.
This Irish girl
Come on
is
there.
so happy, so proud of the land of Lincoln. Okay, Notre Dame is in South Bend, Indiana, but the biggest city around is Chicago. So, and you have to drive from Texas to South Bend. You go through the land of Lincoln.
So
From tail to tip, baby.
So yeah, I mean, who's more American? You know,
So
Illinois or America? You decide.
that was deep. That was so deep. Yeah, man. No, I'm just so happy for Illinois. I mean, there's so many great things in this bill for social equity. It's massive.
It's huge.
It's really huge.
I'm so excited to just see what impact the plant has on that state and that city, Chicago. You know, like
Chi-town,
what is
baby.
about to come. It's going to be so exciting.
Dude,
I did see one thing. When
Cubs game high.
Come on.
I'm done.
What's the Ivy?
It's gonna be amazing.
Ivy League, right? Or what's the Ivy? What's the name of their stadium? The Ivy. Wall?
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field. The Ivy Wall.
That's okay, babe.
Let us play a game of sports around the Ivy Wall. I did see one of the floor debates of the Republicans and the Democrats in Illinois voting for the bill when it was in.
Yeah.
And the Republican dude literally stood up with a pan,
I'm embarrassed.
put it on the like desk, and said, "This is your brain." And he holds up an egg. And he goes, "This is your brain on drugs," and he cracks it in the pan. And dude, it was like laughter, laughter, like the entire floor was laughing.
I need to know this man.
I know.
You know, I'm so happy that he did that. And I'll tell you why. First, I just want to know, was he like heating up the pan? Was he like waiting for his turn? You know, everybody gets their turn to talk. It's coming to him. He's got his little torch.
Right, yeah.
That he'll be using for his fucking dab rig next year. You're welcome. But anyway, yeah, I'm wondering, he's like heating up the pan and, you know, like did the egg fry. The responses were hilarious.
Totally.
I mean, they were just like, you know, ours, like, seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously, dude? This is
so
your
funny.
one chance.
It's so funny to just like, when that's your argument, you know, or when that's like your grandstand. I mean, the train is left. I mean, it is a very old way of thinking.
Well, you're clueless.
Right.
You're clearly just. I don't even want to say what I'm thinking because you know it's a hard job. Someone's got to do it. But Jesus Christ, it's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to
It's
go.
time to just move on.
If you don't have an informed opinion, whether we agree or not,
Right.
you know, you got to bring it.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, do that. Make a fool of yourself like that.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I heard you on a call earlier today say like you think this state going the way it did is a big domino falling.
I do.
What do you have any sort of like what's a Liz Grow projections about cannabis futures?
Wait a minute. Let me tweet it first. Like I did. Jon Snow's going to kill Daenerys.
You tweeted it.
I tweeted it before the third episode.
I love how much pride you take in that.
I take so much pride. Okay, so
I called it.
I got it. So yeah, no, I think it's a great sign. I mean, it's progress. It's true progress in the Midwest. You know, Michigan came first. You know, fought hard and was medicinal first, and then passed recreational or adult use last year, and now it's Illinois.
Right.
You know, it's these are two states that are, Michigan has been struggling economically. I mean, Detroit has been devastated. So they're rebuilding.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a beautiful test case because
Right.
they will be successful.
Yeah.
Like, Michigan, they know how to grow some weed.
Yeah. It's going to be really cool. Like, just think of that. Like, in 4 years, there'll be a level of success.
Yeah, there will be a level of
Like
success.
instant, immediate, like, analytics.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Just the numbers coming out of, of course, we all look to Colorado because they were the first to just go full board.
Right.
And I was doing a little research today on, community impact as we were like planning out our, season of TV. And, I read that Pueblo, Colorado last year had a scholarship fund of $420,000 from tax revenues. Great number. This year it's going to be $750,000.
Wow.
Don't ask me what the scholarship fund was. This is the city of Pueblo, though.
That's
Pueblo,
incredible.
Colorado.
That's incredible.
Right? It's
we got friends out there in
yeah,
Pueblo.
we do. Ascend, baby.
Shout out to our people at Ascend, one of the best grow ops and dispensaries on the planet. If you're in Colorado and Denver, go to the stores at Ascend, and then if you can get out to Pueblo, go visit their grow where
We got engaged.
we got engaged.
So,
right there.
Pueblo, killing it. Proud of that. But anyway, so I think that Illinois will see these benefits,
Yeah.
and even quicker. I think with states are learning from the states that have gone before them, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I believe that Illinois will be quick to market, and it's not going to be perfect. It never is.
No.
But patients will have safe access to medicine first and foremost, which is the most important thing. And the state will start to see some tax revenues because, listen, people are selling weed in Illinois.
Yeah.
And the state's not seeing any of those tax dollars. So
I think it's going to be, just resounding. I predict healing. I predict
I do too.
some community healing, and I predict some community empowerment. And there's going to be some big changes.
Yeah.
Some big, awesome, like heart-centered changes. I
Yes.
believe that.
yes,
And it's just going to be so special to watch.
it will be.
And it is. It's a big
will be.
domino. And to that point, I think this falling
Yeah.
and just like, holy crap,
Yeah.
Illinois
Yeah.
went all in.
Dude. Yeah. And, Indiana, I think, might be, one of the holdouts.
Texas.
There's lots of problems, lots of bigger fish to fry, I think, there. But that'll be awesome when Indiana is because,
Right.
Notre Dame football games. Fighting Irishman.
If you didn't know this, Liz is from the Notre Dame lands. She's a proud fighting Irish gal.
Yeah, I'm an alum. I graduated from ND in 2002, and it was the greatest experience. I loved it. Wouldn't change it for a second. I made great friends, and it was just a great experience. But dude, would have been a lot cooler with weed. I mean, it's not as if we didn't have weed,
Right.
But I was an athlete, so I always had to wait until I knew I wasn't going to be drug tested. So stupid.
Right.
It's like so stupid. But anyway,
So dominoes falling. We got just the world is becoming a better place day by day.
our oyster really.
Yeah, our oyster. We went to the Cannabis World Congress and Business Expo, and we got to interview some really awesome people. And for the rest half of this podcast, we're just going to play some of those interviews.
So we got to talk to Eric Range from M4MM. That's Minorities for Medical Marijuana.
Fantastic conversation. We got to talk to Kim B and Deja from Toke Tribes.
Yeah, those chicks were amazing. I was super excited about Dr. Shonda Macias. She's the CEO of Women Grow.
Well, it was only a matter of time before Liz Grow and Women Grow met and unified.
That's right. The power. It felt good. Felt good being there. And I'm really excited. I want to help. I want to help out where I can. And then we got to talk to Kim Ryal.
We got to talk to Kim Ryal of Azuka.
Yeah, she's the CEO of Azuka. And oh my God, I'm excited to
Get your
excited
brains.
to get my hands on that product.
Yeah, get your brains out because they're doing some really cool stuff with THC and refined sugars.
Yeah. So
Science.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
The interview.
Tell me about Minorities for Medical Marijuana.
Well, we are a nonprofit organization. We're based in Orlando, Florida, where we began our journey. We started in 2016, and now 3 years later, we're in 25 states across the country. We have a chapter in Canada, a chapter in Jamaica, and we work on 4 different areas. Public policy, so we help write the laws and create the infrastructure so that minorities can participate in this industry. We also do a lot of cannabis education, patient education and awareness, so that communities of color understand the plant from a medicinal standpoint. We also do business development. So as we write laws to create space for minorities, we want to make sure that minority business owners are well positioned to be able to enter this industry and be sustainable long term. And then finally, social justice and social equity, making sure that we're creating, again, the business space for individuals, but also making sure that folks who have been arrested for it, they get their records wiped clean, as the states and cities are considering bringing this into their municipalities, into their states. That decriminalization is important so that people are not continuing to be arrested for this. And so we try to approach the industry from a very holistic standpoint. Even this summer, we are placing students at historically black colleges into paid internships with industry companies and so on. So we want to make sure that at no level minorities are left out of the picture, from research to business development to patient education and awareness.
How did you get involved? How did you start this?
So I started back in 2015 with my for-profit business. I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Nice.
And so I started an art company called Art 420, using fine art to challenge the stereotypes about cannabis users. But as I was doing that, I noticed that minorities were absent from the picture. And so fortunately, as I was promoting my second year, I started an event called the Black Market Brunch to try to educate minorities.
Awesome.
And someone said, hey, listen, you need to know this lady, Roz McCarthy. She has a nonprofit. I think you guys need to work together.
Yes.
And so I met Roz. She's a force to be reckoned with in this industry. And she asked me to be the board chair, and it's been history ever since.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've written laws in a couple states now, and just helping to make sure that minorities really and truly understand how to get into this industry and be sustainable.
That's awesome. One of the things that I am the most interested in is, I call it the power of the plant. You and I know that
Absolutely.
we smoke this plant together, and we're going to connect on,
We are.
on a heart.
It's
on
a
heart
communal
level.
plant.
And as we move forward and legalize it, making sure that policy stays heart-centered,
Absolutely.
especially towards the disenfranchised and the people that have been thrown in jail and
Absolutely.
families destroyed. What policies are you implementing yourself, or what are you seeing as being one of the best ways we can start?
So
the
we
social
have we have several different policy initiatives, right? Social equity is very important for us. So we have to find ways to create space for ownership and licensing for individuals and communities that have been overburdened by the war on drugs, right? That's one part of it. But we're not going to start enough minority-owned businesses in order to make the industry diverse with social equity alone. So in Florida, we wrote diversity language. And so, if you will, minority, like supplier diversity.
Right.
So if you are a license holder, in the state of Florida, you're required to have a diversity plan in place. How are you going to deal with diversity from equity, staffing, and contracting? So that goes beyond just a minority business owner, but someone who is a non-minority. How do we make sure that that business is also diverse, and we create space for ethnic minorities, for women's, for veteran, for folks with disabilities as well? So those are all a part of it. Decriminalization, expungement. We have a project Clean Slate where we do expungement services and then wraparound services as well. It's not enough for us just to clean the records. We have to also retrain and retool. We have to provide people with assistance off.
Take the fear away.
Take the fear away, and really give them a clean slate to start with. And so if they want to start businesses in this industry or come and work in this industry, they're able to do that. But beyond that, if they want to go and work in any other industry, they can do that as well. They get their lives back. So those are a few of the policies that we fight for. Affordability is going to be one of the other things that we fight for as well. It does us no good to have these industries that price out communities of color, and which means that those communities continue to be overburdened by arrest rates, and
looked over.
So we try to approach it from every angle, looking at how do we bring communities of color into the fold, both from the medicinal side as well as the business side as well.
What you are doing, to me, is the most important thing as this plant moves forward in America. And you've got a friend in us, and I'm just so honored to meet you. I'm excited to meet you.
Well, I appreciate it.
And you're going to have such a beautiful career.
I appreciate
helping people.
that.
I can feel it.
And that's a passion of ours. It's important. I like I said, I'm an entrepreneur, so I start my own businesses. But in addition, I know that we need to have tons of minorities starting businesses, and we need tons of minorities bringing their skill sets. My background is higher education. So a lot of what I do in workforce development and training, so a lot of what I do outside of the industry, I've been able to transition into the industry. And so that's been one of our biggest messages to our members, is that you don't have to come and be a grower. If you've never grown a tomato in your life, this probably isn't the best plant for you to start growing with, right? But say, for instance, you are an attorney. We need attorneys in this space. Doctors, pharmacists, marketing folks, accountants, whatever it is that you've done before, I promise you there's a way for you to apply that to this industry.
Man, this is awesome. Everything you're doing.
We thank you guys for the platform, and it's important to be able to get that message out there. It's important for minorities to understand that they do have a resource, and we say if you find minorities for medical marijuana, you found your tribe.
Yes.
So we want folks to know that we're here. We want the mainstream companies to recognize that we're here as well. We want to partner with them. Become a corporate partner. Let us help you grow your business and grow it with diversity. And we believe that diversity impacts the bottom line, and we can help you understand how that happens.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. I'm so excited to see what you guys do, man.
Thank you again so much. I look forward to it.
Absolutely.
So great to meet you. I'm a hugger.
I'm a hugger too. I'm a hugger.
Well, we've already established that we have the same shoe style.
Yes.
So I felt like hugging you was just like a given.
Totally. I'm a hugger over shoes too. So.
Yes. Awesome. So talk to me about, sorry. All good. So Tribe Toes.
Yes.
Such an exciting brand.
Yeah.
I just learned about it. Talk to me.
Well, Tribe Tokes is a mindful, fit, and lit vaping company based out of the meatpacking district right here in New York City. My business partner, Deja, and I decided that we wanted to offer an elevated product to women and our community. So we have a vaping lifestyle concept that has an elevated aesthetic, and we do what we kind of tagged clean vaping. So that means there's no artificial flavors, colors, preservatives, or additives in our vapes. There's only 2 ingredients. In fact, it's terpenes, whole plant terpenes, and distillate, full spectrum distillate. And so no bullshit inside. We keep it clean, we keep it mindful, we keep it fit, and we keep it lit.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And you are a Pilates instructor as well.
Yes.
So I know you mean it when you say you keep it fit, you keep it lit.
I truly do. And on Monday nights at Equinox, Dej comes along for the ride. I teach the class, I kick her ass, and that's our team building of the week.
That is so freaking awesome. I think so. I am a flower girl. I mean, I just love it.
Me too, sis. Combustion.
Yeah, combustion. But I think part of the reason why I haven't truly embraced the vape yet is because they tend to give me a tickle in my throat. I get an inconsistent experience. Sometimes they make me cough. I mean, I hardly ever cough when I'm smoking, flower.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because of the things that they put in the vape.
Absolutely. There are so many different factors about vaping. Having any type of additive, preservative, or artificial colors or flavors in your vapes is an absolute no-no. And again, we think of ourselves as like the Whole Foods of vaping. We keep it super clean. You also want to make sure that you're heating up your oil to the right temperature, because if you overheat your oil, you're just burning it. And the whole concept of vaping is for the vape, not for the actual combustion or burning. So those are 2 things that people really need to look at in their vaping regimen. So.
Yeah, and this is so sleek and so sexy that I would use this vape even,
People want to look and feel a certain way when they have cannabis, and if you look good, you feel good, and if you feel good, you look good. So we decided for that conscious consumer, that mindful consumer, to elevate the experience aesthetically as well as what's on the inside, and what's on the inside is the good stuff.
That's what counts. Bring it in, babe.
Thank you so much for letting me have the opportunity, sis. We are now Canna Sisters.
Yeah,
it's
we are.
On point,
oh my God. Thank you. Deja Lee with Tribe Tokes. What's your role here?
I'm the founder and CEO.
Okay.
We started the company after the last presidential election. Started to just get really excited about the real shift in mindset in the U.S. around the acceptance of cannabis and legalization. We are obviously based here in New York. We have a showroom in the meatpacking district, and so we have been starting with CBD so that we can grow nationally.
Yeah.
I've just been
doing
taking
that
it from there.
So we were chatting, and you mentioned that before this you were in finance.
Yes.
Not just any finance, but like the big boys.
Right.
Big boy investment banker finance stuff.
Yep.
How did you find your way to cannabis?
Sure. So I actually made partner at my investment firm, which was like my life's dream, and then realized that I actually wanted to be an entrepreneur and quit.
Because that's what you do when you make partner. On to the next.
That was
on to the next.
An interesting decision, but I was following my heart. I was COO of 2 different startups before I started my own. One folded, one was sold to a Disney subsidiary, so it's like we went through the hard stuff, went through the celebrations, and I finally started my own company.
Wow.
And with cannabis, we call ourselves Built by Girls. Mindful, Fit, and Lit is our slogan.
Love it.
We are really trying to, in the New York community, hire women, integrate fitness, lifestyle, and mindfulness into the CBD movement. And people are really responding to that, and so it's been really exciting.
So awesome. And you hire predominantly women and bring them into this industry.
Yeah, and that's not on purpose or anything, but we're finding that a lot of women are really excited about cannabis right now.
Yeah.
And we've been talking internally about, why is that? Why is this? Why are women gravitating? And I think it's that women are natural healers, nurturers. It's kind of a good fit. And as we were saying earlier, the THC producing marijuana plants are female, all of them. So it's a sign.
It is absolutely a sign. Well, this is awesome. I can't wait to try your products and evangelize the message, because
thank you so much.
For us, cannabis is about wellness and working it into every facet of your life.
Absolutely.
Knowing what is in your products and having products that are designed for your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling the design here. Okay,
Right.
I got to tell you.
And the design is important, but also I think compliance, having lab tests is important. We go to trade shows and it's a little scary, some of the things that are on the market.
Yeah.
Things from stores are getting lab tested and it doesn't have what it say it has.
Wow.
And so we're lab testing everything, having it available on the website. Things can't just look pretty, they also need to work and make people feel better.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
So I'm Dr. Shonda Macias. I am a cell biologist. I've studied cancer for about 10 years, and then more recently infectious diseases. I came out of corporate America after a graduate school and worked for a company called Colgate-Palmolive, where I focused and launched on oral care products and launched $2 billion brands into the market.
Wow. Let's just pause. When the billion is dropped, we just need to pause and, I want to pat you on the back. Okay, please go on.
I love it. So after I did so well there, I was fast-tracked into learning more about supply chain management and operational analysis. So I got my MBA from Rutgers University.
Yes. Okay.
So being here right now is so wonderful because supply chain in cannabis is so important.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Because that's not something that I think about at all.
Definitely.
You
So
know?
we actually go from seed to sell.
Okay.
And every step in that process, there's different barriers and
Yeah.
different ways that can slow down how we can get patients medicine. And so
Yes.
basically I specialize in making sure that there is a continuous source of medicine for our patients daily. So that's what that process means.
It's the most critical process is getting medicine to patients. And as a consumer, I don't even think about that. You know, how it gets from seed to sale. And you are, so you're the expert behind that.
Well, Liz, every woman in this industry has a role. And they have a role in what they do best. So, bringing women to the forefront is something that you do, and that's something we love about what you do. I respect the fact that I'm here to provide medicine for the patients. The flip side of it is that when I did enter the industry, there was a lack of women in this space.
Yes. Now, when did you enter? What year?
So 2012 was the year I entered, and I didn't get to go operational to 2015.
Okay.
And those are the barriers that women and other minorities will face when they enter into this industry.
Okay.
And so, going through that and seeing that as an African American, there's less than 4% ownership in the nation that are of people of color is very disturbing.
Very disturbing.
And then with women, there's less than 26% of us in the whole entire industry, rapidly declining.
Wow.
And
what do we point as the reason that it's declining? Because as far as I understand, and every study would back this up, that women are the fastest growing population to start consuming cannabis and CBD, and we make the purchasing decisions in the household. So tell me why there aren't more women in this industry.
Well, have you heard of the glass ceiling?
Yes, I have. I heard of it. I bumped my head on it a couple times.
I
got some. That's why I wear the top knot. I keep it. It's like a little buffer.
So, Liz, what's crazy is that since there's been a big migration of corporate white men coming into the cannabis space, some of those positions are now opening up to women in traditional job opportunities, and we're beginning to break the glass ceiling there because of the migration of people out of traditional industries.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
like yourself,
like myself,
yeah,
and so
and
that's
me too.
So that's where we see the women going into. But this is a very critical time so that we can be in the industry where we're equally represented.
Yes.
So that's where Women Grow came into effect, where we help educate, we help empower, inspire the next leaders in the cannabis industry. And it's important, though, that we have female representation here, because can you imagine, unlike the beer industry or the pharmaceutical industry, where it's all white male dominated, can you imagine an industry where it's woman dominated?
Yes, I can. That's what the smile's about. And I know that we can do it. We work hard. We keep our heads down. And when we come together to support each other, and we have organizations like Women Grow, there is no reason to keep putting one foot in front of the other.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Every day it's our mission to tell women we need them in this space and how they can actually become a part of this industry.
Yes.
So whether if you're an accountant today, you can be an accountant specializing in cannabis. Mm-hmm. If you are a lawyer, you can specialize in legal work. This industry has so many opportunities for women. We just need to feel empowered to do it.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that, just dedicating yourself to that, leaving, a traditional role to enter into cannabis and bring more women along with you. I am a fan, and I want to help in any way that I can.
Thank you, Liz.
Any way that I can. I want to bring my gifts to this industry.
And you do.
So thank you.
And you do. And, for all the women out here who always question about, can I do it? If you can create a family and raise children and have meaningful lives, you can do this without a hesitation. We
Come
need
on.
you to come on in.
It's fun. It's
Yes.
wellness. It's happiness.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shonda. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you. Day 2 CWCBE, we're with Kim Rael with Azuka. And I just learned about this product and I'm so excited about it. Can you tell our people a little bit more about?
Sure. So Azuka is a company that is bringing to market a line of really game-changing edibles and edible technology for the cannabis world. So our company was founded by a New York City chef, Ron Silver, who is the owner of really well-known restaurants here called Bubby's.
Yes.
The original farm to table before farm to table was a thing. And what we're doing at Azuka is we're really bringing that concept into the cannabis world. So we have both CBD lines and THC lines, and what's highly differentiated about our products is Ron invented a technology to make cannabis fast-acting and highly bioavailable. So,
so he's the chef of Bubby's, the famous Bubby's in New York City.
Yes.
He just stumbled upon this technology to make THC, CBD absorption fast acting.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot more work than stumbling.
Yeah,
He
sure.
spent a couple years actually really developing our proprietary technology and formulas that solve this age-old cannabis edibles problem, which is long latency times. So traditional edibles are 45 minutes to an hour and a half or longer to take effect. Our edibles are 2 to 15 minutes for onset. So it's really a very controllable, predictable experience. And one of the things that's great about these products is it makes cannabis really approachable.
Yes.
Like I was not a cannabis person, not a cannabis user.
What's your background?
So my background is in tech and finance, actually. So business
Wow.
background.
Tech girls.
Yep.
It's my background too.
Yes, but
a little bit lower than
25
yours.
years in tech. And now I'm in cannabis. And really made the switch because I have a passion about wellness.
Yes.
And that's how I ended up in this field. But so these products, because of their form, like we have sugars and syrups and cookies and chocolates, but anybody can put a spoon of our infused sugar, either CBD sugar or THC sugar, in your coffee or in a recipe or whatever you put that into. So it makes cannabis really approachable and friendly and easy to use, easy to microdose, easy to understand the effect, and delicious. They're fantastic products.
I can attest to that. I've tried both the syrup and the sugar, and it's unbelievable. And what I was so surprised by is that there's no cannabis taste. And I think that's one thing that turns a lot of people off about edibles is it's like, oh, I'm not used to this. It tastes a little earthy, or some people really like that flavor. But okay, there's none of that flavor in your product, and the fast-acting nature is something that I could instantly just sense. I mean, listen, I'm a cannabis advocate. I've had it all. I've done all the edibles, and it really, really sucks to have something and then you have no feeling at all, and you're like, okay, well, I got to go run that errand, and then it's like you're in the grocery store and it hits you, and you're like, just
call Uber.
Like, what? What do I need? Depending on the edible, I'll either just run out of the grocery store or buy everything. Anyway, not with Azuka.
Right. It's a very easy, predictable.
Yes.
Nice effect.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
Very smooth uptake.
That's beautiful. I think that we need to get some of this in the hands of Snoop Dogg and Seth Rogen.
Absolutely.
Because they are two who are very afraid of edibles and have come out about it. There's no shame in that, but I think they need to give edibles another try.
So these are products that my mother uses, who never in a million years would have touched cannabis. So that's how approachable and friendly these products are, and easy to use, easy to experience.
Yeah.
So they just take that fear factor out of cannabis. They take the unpredictability out of cannabis for people who, not everybody wants to smoke or vape, right?
Right,
so
of course.
Just a different experience. So
Amazing.
Exciting.
Well, I am thrilled that you created this technology because I'm already a fan, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
Cool. Well, we've launched our direct-to-consumer CBD line, and you can find that at azuka.shop.
Azuka.shop.
And our THC products are on the market under license agreements, and initially we have launched in Massachusetts. So if you're in Massachusetts, you'll get our THC products.
Yes,
and we're
we're gonna
expanding
be
our
there.
license base beyond that as we speak.
So exciting, so exciting. You're gonna, I mean, nothing but success.
Thank you.
Peace, fools.
Bye. Bye. These socks are uncomfortable.